Hi guys, so I'm filming while driving, which might be a little bit dangerous and potentially against the law, but I don't really have a ton of time to do this. I am making my first feature-length film, and that's really, that's a big deal. You're not going to be seeing this video until long after the entire feature film is completely completed. If you're seeing this, then that means that the feature film went well, and I shot the entire thing. But I don't want to release anything now because I'm afraid of jinxing it. I just wanted to do a behind-the-scenes sort of thing, behind the scenes of a no-budget student feature film. See if maybe you guys can learn anything from my mistakes. First of all, I've been wanting to make a feature film for basically as long as I can possibly remember. I think I actually wrote 2 complete feature film scripts in middle school. And then most recently, I wanted to make a feature film about the life of my best friend and girlfriend, Mary Dalton. Mary is a cancer survivor. Just kind of got to a point where we realized that we didn't really have the resources, the time, the money, the actors, the equipment to make the movie as good as it can possibly be. And this is not a story that I want to screw up. I realized that I'm just not ready, and I think that's a very important thing. Like, that's number 1. Realize your limitations. I realized that I was not ready to tell the story of childhood cancer because I'm just not that good yet. So we decided to kind of postpone the movie. I still plan on making that. So about February, March, that's when I figured that out. But I still wanted to make a feature film because it was always my goal to at least make 1 feature-length film before going to college. Maybe that's a stupid goal, but that's what I wanted to do. And I've been talking to a bunch of friends, filmmaking friends, about doing a feature film, and we decided that we wanted to do one this summer, the summer after I graduate. He came up with a bunch of other different ideas, and I tried to work within the limitations that I knew I had. So basically, I wanted to see if I could tell a story that mostly involved 2 main actors and preferably took place in 1 specific location, because that would make it a lot easier to film. So we tried to work around our limitations in terms of locations and actors and money, extras, all that stuff. So we kind of reverse engineered a plot around that. My grandparents have a really big motorhome, and I thought it would be really cool to set a movie almost entirely inside the motorhome. I initially just wanted to do like a horror film because I thought, a horror film instead of an RV, that would be really, really cool. And then I had a bit of an interesting idea, but I thought, what if the couple wasn't getting along? What if they had some serious relationship issues, and the whole point of the movie wasn't about the monsters so much, but it was about how they responded to the monsters and how, that put a strain on their relationship. And I thought that was really interesting, and the idea kind of evolved into basically, what if you took characters like Harry and Sally from When Harry Met Sally, 2 characters with very distinct personality differences, and you threw them inside a movie like The Evil Dead or something like that. Like, how would they respond? How would their disagreements affect how they survive the situation? And so there was pretty much one day where I went on a date with Mary, and we were sitting outside at this restaurant, and for an hour or 2 we just hashed out the entire plot of the movie, which is still untitled, by the way. We're just referring to it as the RV film. So we worked out the entire plot. I came up with, drafted the script, and overall, now I just finished my 5th and I think final draft of the script. Each one wasn't a complete and total rewrite. It was just kind of picking little things and making them better. It's actually pretty major dialogue improvements and tiny story improvements. So that took really from April till August of 2017. I also ordered a bunch of props. The budget of the movie looks like it's going to be a little under $1,000, which in movie terms is like nothing. That's like a penny. But, for a high school graduate, not even in college yet, $1,000 is pretty much. I found this one website called New Rule FX, and I got a bunch of different really cool props from them. I had to buy a bunch of different outfits as different costumes, lights, all sorts of stuff like that. So I've been doing that for the past month. A week ago, I met up with the people who are going to act in my movie, did a run through, like a table read of the script, where I was able to fix a lot of issues with the script by actually hearing them say it. We also did kind of a run through of the set. Yeah, there's just a lot of things they don't really think of when you make a movie, or when you set out to make a feature film. Then last night, I went over to my friend Liz Sislo. She's in like every movie I make. Her house, and a mutual friend of ours is doing the makeup for the movie, and we went through a makeup test for the zombie monsters in the movie. More zombie noises.
Your teeth, like...
Hold up your claws.
Roar.
That is really good. But I'm really, really, really happy with it. I think it looks really awesome. And today, right now, I'm going to pick up a friend and we are going out to Target to pick up a few final items for the movie, and then we're going back to the RV to do a lighting test. We're gonna try and get, dial in the lighting of the movie to make it as perfect as possible so that, we know what we're doing when the time comes to actually shoot. This is the update for how it looks.
Hi.
Sorry, Liz, I interrupted you.
Hi. That's okay. Mike, it's gonna fall again. Yeah.
Back. So this is what it looks like. I'm gonna put more of those over there. Mike, could you get on that? I'll be right in to help in a sec. So we got that light set up there, and then this structure that my grandpa made set up right here so we can shine blue gels through the window. Very complicated. Woo! I have a friend who's really into like karate and martial arts and stuff like that, and she's going to be helping me out with choreographing some of the fight scenes. And then we might do one more table read, and then shooting officially starts tomorrow. Scheduling for this was also a pain. I did a Google spreadsheet where I listed out every single scene, the actors I would need for that scene, the location I would need for that scene, the props I would need for that scene, the time of day, everything I could possibly need. And then from that, I was able to color code each scene and come up with a schedule. And I broke it down into basically 6 shooting days, but that was another thing that I really had to learn how to be organized, because I'm not the most organized person, but for this movie, it required a lot of organization. Basically, we have 4 leads and a crew of like 5, I think. There's like 9 people working on the movie total, probably 7 or 8 of which will actually be on set at any given time. That's about it. My rules so far are know your limitations and work within your limitations. Be organized. Don't have a giant crew. Only get what you need. But don't be afraid to get help. I have needed a lot of help. There have been so many people who have helped me out with this so far, and I could not have done this without them. Here we go. Making a feature film. I'm excited and terrified.